Hello, this is VP Nursky, the casting hydralist, and his partner VP Hand from Above, casting this series. This is going to be the 5th game in this series. First spawning as the Pink Terran, the guy who has won the last 2 games, tying up the series to take it into a Game 5 for this best of 5. 2-2, VPAnathorn, and his opponent for this game has lost the last 2 games. He's going to have to do something now to get himself the win, to get back the momentum that he had at the beginning of the game. The Orange Terran of SenDoh. This is going to be on the map Metalopolis. Could be a very interesting game. Hoping to see some good stuff from both players. What do you think, Hand?
Well, you know, here's what I'm thinking. I'm SenDoh. I've lost the last 2 games. Anathorn's pretty much just run me over the last 2 games. I'm going to have to do a game changer. I'm going to have to do something that Anathorn's not going to expect. Definitely. It's got to be something crazy, out, way out of the book.
Definitely could be a possibility. I mean, he could go for a standard play. I mean, does seem like Anathorn's kind of gotten a little bit ahead of him, as we do see Anathorn going Refinery first, so probably going to be going for that Fast Factory build that he went some of the previous games. 12 Barracks going down for SenDoh, so SenDoh doing about a standard build, it actually looks like, going for a 13 gas. So it looks like if anybody's actually changing it up, it's going to be Anathorn going with something a little different, and SenDoh still kind of just going with the same build he's gone with all these games.
Don't ruin it on me yet. I have hopes.
So we do have SenDoh moving forward with his scouting SCV, going to see exactly what Anathorn is up to. We'll see that Barracks going up. Should have a relatively decent idea as to the timing of this refinery, since it has completed already.
We have some SCV on SCV love going on right now.
Trying to do a little bit of worker harass here in the base. Not going to really be successful at getting much done. Back in the base of SenDoh, we do see that his first barracks has completed, is getting a marine out. Wants to be able to block any scouting. Hasn't started anything else yet. Orbital Command is on the way, looking at the base of VPAnathorn. Orbital Command not quite started yet. Should start up in just a second after this factory does go up. And yes, there goes the Fast Factory. And now there goes the Orbital Command. So Fast Factory once again for VPAnathorn is something he's done in a couple of the games that he has been able to win.
Nursky?
What's up, Han?
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What do you do when there's an SCV at the bottom of your ramp building a barrack or a bunker?
Well, if you're VPAnathorn and you can't see it, as we look at the vision of VPAnathorn, you do approximately nothing at this point because you don't know what's going up yet. Anathorn's just now poked out a little bit. Does see that the bunker is going up, pulling a whole bunch of SCVs. Doesn't want to let the bunker finish, but the bunker already finishes. Nothing Anathorn's going to be able to do. And SenDoh is actually going to be pushing forward, so it looks like you're going to get your wish. He is going to do something crazy indeed. Bunch of SCVs being pulled. Couple of Marines coming forward. So SenDoh going for the early game bunker rush against Anathorn. Anathorn's bunker now underway inside of his base. Anathorn has managed to stop the bunker from producing at the bottom of his ramp, but SenDoh pushing in forward, wants to try and prevent Anathorn's bunker from going up at the top of the ramp. Is going to potentially pick off this SCV. Does pick it off. Bunker sitting at about 80% completion. He has now resumed construction on his bunker. Whole bunch of SCVs getting pulled for Anathorn. Hellion is now out. Hellion does do good against the Marines, but the Marines able to retreat to the lower bunker. Hellion's going to move forward, try and stop this SCV from finishing this low ground bunker. Does manage to do that, using the Hellion to damage these Marines a little bit. Anathorn's bunker nearly complete, though. SenDoh is actually not going to stop it. Fries one of the Hellion, or Marines, does Anathorn. Man, this is going at a torrid pace. Bunker is complete, is in range of SenDoh's bunker, so he is going to just start shooting it. SenDoh's probably going to have to salvage that bunker, does indeed do that. And then we have in the base of VPAnathorn, a starport on the way with the tech lab, might be going for Banshees. More Hellions on the way, back in the base of SenDoh. If we look really quick, just still operating off the 1 factory and the 1 barracks. No other.
Look at the Hellions running around there, dude.
Yep, Hellion being swept around on the bomb. Not even sure SenDoh actually even saw it leave his base. Starport on the way for SenDoh. That Hellion is moving forward. The Contain back at the front of VPAnathorn's base still. Nothing he can really do about it at this juncture in time. Just does not have the ground forces. Here comes that Hellion into the base of SenDoh. Going to be shooting at those SCVs. Hellion sitting at 2 kills from those Marines and such forth earlier. Might actually get these SCVs. SCVs lining up perfectly. Does pick off one of them. Tries to go back and get another one. Hits that Marine once. And does not quite get another kill, as he will be picked off right there by the Marine. Banshee now on the way for Anathorn. He is contained to his base right now. That bunker is a pretty hard thing to surmount without some kind of marauders or tanks. What's up?
What do you do when you're supply blocked?
You build exactly nothing. As is
No,
the
you
case,
build a Banshee. That's what you do.
You build a Banshee. As SenDoh getting supply block for just a moment, and that Banshee just building not at all. Just kind of chilling out there, so a little bit of a mistake by SenDoh, getting himself supply block for just a moment, slowing down his Banshee. Anathorn's Banshee nearly complete. Cloak is also on the way, just about 25% done here, as this Banshee nears completion, and sure enough, here comes the Banshee. There it goes. On the way to the base of SenDoh, wants to maybe try and harass SenDoh for doing this contain. SenDoh might be ready for it, but we will see if he is or isn't pretty soon. Up at the north, do have Anathorn scouting around to make sure SenDoh doesn't try and go for any kind of a sneaky expansion behind this push that he did. Here comes the Banshee into the base of SenDoh now. Going straight for the mineral line. We'll actually see the Banshee of SenDoh leave his base. Picks off one Marine. Very good micro. Might even get a second Marine. Trying to get another kill. One kill on there. 2 kills now as he picks off another Marine. A third Marine gets killed by the Banshee of Anathorn. But then a little bit of miss micro and actually loses the Banshee. Does Anathorn. Meanwhile, back over here at the base of Anathorn, we do have SenDoh's Banshee getting into the base now. Engineering bay just now completes. Banshee's starting to commence an attacking. Anathorn does have more than enough Marines to pick this off. Cloak is not finished yet, but actually retreating with the Marines. I'm not sure why he's retreating with the Marines right here, Han. Should just push forward and kill off this Banshee. Now just now attacking the Marines. Oh, one Marine getting picked off. 5 kills already in this Banshee, picking off tons of SCVs left and right. Those Marines getting microed back instead of attacking forward. Marines now shooting forward, but does not have a scan. The turret does not see it. Banshee being allowed to just harass relentlessly. 8 kills now, even working on the refinery of Anathorn. Anathorn is just not looking good right here. Anathorn going over, picking up some Hellions, trying to send them out to do some damage back to SenDoh. SenDoh does see that medevac leave, though, with his Banshee. Banshee going back to try and intercept and see where the medevac is off to. Meanwhile, back in the base, SenDoh just absolutely obliterating Anathorn with this one Banshee up to 11 kills. It is now a sergeant. And here comes that drop, but look at the forces of SenDoh. Viking is now out. Bunch of Marines ready to intercept this drop. This drop's not going to be able to pull off anything. Some annoying guy blinking on the screen on us. Please just ignore that.
But
and the
that
Banshee
is going to die too.
Oh, Viking picks off of the medevac, loses all those Hellions. Banshee still killing stuff in the base. Finally gets killed by a Viking of Anathorn, but at what cost, Hand? At what cost? Looking at the income tab, I can tell you exactly what cost. A 28 to 19. 28 to 19 harvester advantage for SenDoh.
That's a more, because not only did you just lose a medevac full of Hellions, you had a Banshee blowing you up.
Yep. Just did not deal with that Banshee. SenDoh has retreated. That bunkering wall off has instead moved back. Is expanding now to his natural expansion. Is nearly complete. Bunch of Marines up here at the front. Expansion command center is almost done. This is just not looking good for Anathorn. 59 supply to the 33 of Anathorn. Anathorn way behind, now cloaking up. SenDoh wisely though has a scan saved up. Going to easily shoot this Banshee off towards the back of his base. Banshee low on health. Oh, decides to turn it around. I'm not sure this is going to be a good idea or not. Actually turns out it's going to pan out, getting 1 kill, but then there's another scan, and the Vikings easily pick it off. Anathorn is in a tough spot, now trying to expand up to the very, very far
There's a
top
Banshee
left
at
position.
Anathorn's base.
Yep, another Banshee coming into the base of Anathorn. Indeed. Has a Viking, but has no scans. He has been muling. He is vulnerable now to this Banshee. No gas mining hardly at all for Anathorn. This is hurting him so severely. A Raven now even on the way. He is having so many troubles with these Banshees. And this Banshee, oh, Hand. This Banshee might actually end up scouting this third base of expansion of Anathorn.
The expansion.
If he sees this, this is going to be a terrible position for Anathorn. And here we go. Is indeed going to see it. Those annoying people blinking us again. Is going to be able to start attacking this. This is very bad for Anathorn that he was able to see this expansion. Is forced to cancel it, loses the SCV. Banshee's just going to fly home.
Banshee's like, I got a pay raise for that one.
Yes, indeed. Siege tanks out now for SenDoh. If we look at the base here, running off of 2 barracks, 2 more on the way. Has a factory at the tech lab and that starport. Just going to a normal tank marine medevac build now. 3 Vikings on the way, going to see what they can see in the base of Anathorn. Anathorn is not in a good position whatsoever. Has a siege tank, but does not even have siege mode yet. Just now started researching it. Another siege tank on the way. His meager little force just trying to hold his ramp so he doesn't die. But not dying at this point, hand really isn't going to do any good for him. He's got to get something done if he has to have a chance in the world of doing anything in this match.
Look at all the minerals he has, though.
Yeah, tons of minerals. Can't even spend them. Building 2 extra barracks to try and spend them down a little bit. Banshee in the back of his base.
It's like...
Yep, pulling SCVs, Raven, a Viking, a couple of Hellions, total hodgepodge force. Almost no SCVs left mining in the base. Just going to go all in and see if he can break SenDoh, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it, hand. Siege mode has not even finished yet. A couple of seconds still away from finishing. There's those tanks. Oh, they're going to get a free kill or two. SCV's moving forward to try and attack the tanks, to try and tank for his tank, so to speak. But look at all those Marines moving forward now. This is going to be everything for Anathorn. He has to get something done. Vikings getting landed in the back behind the siege tanks. They're going to clean up these siege tanks. And there is the GG. SenDoh has won the series. He is going to be going to the finals. Anathorn will be relegated to being stuck to playing in the 3rd place match. So in the finals, in a future cast here, it will be SenDoh versus the winner of the first series. If you haven't seen it, plug your ears really quick because it is a spoiler alert. That killer won the first series 3-0 against his opponent Cruza. So it will be Anathorn versus Cruza for the 3rd place match and SenDoh versus Killer for the finals. This was an absolute excellent series. Anathorn came so close to pulling off the upset come from behind victory, but just couldn't do it, hand. Just completely fell apart when that Banshee started attacking him.
Well, it was the Banshee. It was first the bunker rush that totally just got him off pace because, I mean, he thought, oh, God, he's going to start bunker containing me and start putting siege tanks or something. So he had to start fighting that. So then, you know, a few other things might have slipped a little, you know, mistake here or two, and then the Banshee came down.
Yep, that Banshee did a ton of damage.
And that Banshee just chewed up.
I would argue that Anathorn actually held the bunker rush pretty well. Didn't really get too far behind from that. But then the Banshee came, and SenDoh just handled the Banshee way better. Was more or less prepared for it when it came, a little bit unannounced. Did what he needed to do to hold it off. Meanwhile, Anathorn struggled with it. You know, kind of mismicroed his Marines. I'm guessing thought that SenDoh might have had Cloak when he actually didn't. Allowed the Banshee to kill off a ton of his Marines, kill off a ton of his SCVs. I think that one Banshee might have gotten 12, 13 kills on it.
It was a hero Banshee, what can I say?
Yeah, that Banshee...
But let's not take it away from Anathorn.
Oh, yes. Definitely a very well-played match by VPAnathorn. Gave it his best, but just came up a bit short. But he will have a little bit of a chance to redeem himself as he will get to play in the 3rd place match coming up here. So I will be casting those games. Hand will be joining me. Maybe even our other co-caster Jonas could be joining us for those games as we will be casting those within the next day or two. So for now, this is going to be VP Nursky saying goodbye. Any parting notes, Hand?
No, this is VP Hand from Above. This is your new casting crew from VP Gamers. We'll see you guys in our next cast.
Later.